Hi guys, welcome to today's video where I'm going to start a new series. It's going to be quite sporadic, where I'm basically going to try and do a few little mods on one of my guitars. Okay guys, so the plan is my oldest electric guitar, my beautiful Squier that my mum bought for me in 1997 for Christmas. Basically I've been finding I've not been using it except for on some of my riff videos when I'm playing some of the heavier riffs. Now I have got my Les Paul, but I figure maybe I could very slowly convert my Squier into something that can be more useful for doing some of these heavier detuned riffs. So to make it a little bit more useful. So that's what this series is going to be exploring. All I'm going to do today is I'm going to open her up. I've actually got some more springs. So I'm going to tighten the bridge so it's flat on the body. I'm going to add a couple more springs so because it only has 3 at the moment. I'm going to make it up to 5, and hopefully that'll help with some tuning stability. Keep forgetting the camera's there. And then my plan then is to say very sporadically to add other bits. I'm thinking at the moment maybe some locking tuners. And another thing I need to do today is I need to have to open it up because actually the volume switch has gone a bit weird, and so it might be that there's a problem with the pot. And so I might have a look as well whilst I'm in there at maybe seeing if I could fit a humbucker in, because it's very easy to buy scratch plates with HH or HSH configurations. So I could easily get one of those and yeah, maybe wire in a humbucker or 2 at some point in the future, but I have to make sure that the cavity would fit for that. So that's what I'm going to do today. But yeah, if any of you guys have any suggestions of mods that you'd like me to try or you think would be really cool to try, let me know. And yeah, and that's all it's going to be today, is basically me trying my first hand, I can't even talk, try my first bit of modding of this guitar. Okay, let's crack on. Okay, cool. So, very messy floor. I have to do this on the floor, professional as always. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the back plate off. I'll show you how it's currently situated, and then we'll start the process of actually trying to do this mod. Okay guys, so my wife's chatting in the background. She's obviously busy in a meeting. Anyway, so ignore that. So this is what it looks like at the moment. Pretty standard stuff. Let me flick her over. Oh, crack the end, break it. So it's barely floating. It's barely floating. You can just about get your fingers in there to grab it and sort it. Oh, come on, hold still. I've got it in a stand. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to loosen off the strings quickly and try and get this bit tighter, and then try and get 2 extra springs put on as well. Probably put the springs on first, then tighten it. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Right, let me loosen the bingly bonglies over here. So here I am, just loosening up the strings here so that I could do the tightening up at the back. I didn't take them all the way off because it turns out I'm an idiot, because I actually needed to for something I was going to do later. Don't know what I'm chatting about there. Trim your beard. What are you doing? Anyway. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like at the moment. I've loosened the springs off quite a lot. So the first thing I'm going to do is I might have to actually loosen this a bit here. I've got my Gibson tool. So I'm going to loosen this a bit so that I can get these springs off a little bit easier. Now I want to make it completely clear, I don't really know what I'm doing. So I want you to all, everyone to know that this is not a professional at work here. Cool, that's on there. Right, I've got some official Fender springs. So Eric Clapton had 5 on his Blackie. I saw a video about it the other day. So if it's good enough for EC, it's good enough for me. God, that is tight. Oh yeah, there we go. Get that in there. There we go. Yeah, well that's the... Oh, I put it in the wrong bit. Goodness, this is going well. I might have to do some speeding up of the camera. Yeah, so what I'd managed to do is I'd actually managed to get one end and put it in the hole with the strings. Okay, that was harder than I thought it was going to be. So now I'm going to start the process of a tightening. So all I'm going to do is tighten these up. Now let me move the camera a bit. Oh, this is terrible camera work by me here. So all I'm going to do, righty-tighty, and I'm going to take it almost all the way to the edge. Right, let me put a camera somewhere I can actually see. Woo! So yeah, it took me ages to get the camera situated. Probably should have edited this bit out, but I thought it'd be fun to leave it in. Yeah, so what I wanted to do with this process as well was show you guys me doing basically everything. I wanted to, even me messing around with the camera, just so you could see exactly what I was doing, because so often on YouTube they miss bits out, so I thought it'd be fun to just do everything. So anyway, there you go. Okay guys, well, I'm going to try that. I've not tightened it all the way to the end. I'm going to see how that kind of deals with itself. It seems to be a lot tighter. God, look how wide my hair is. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, yeah, I actually need to check inside it. So that's going to be my next job. Is I'm going to actually have to take these strings all the way off, aren't I? I didn't think about that earlier. That wasn't very sensible. I'm going to take all the strings all the way off, and I'm going to open her up, and we're going to see what's inside. This was actually a really long video, so this is sped up 20 times faster than anything else in the video because it took me absolutely ages, so that's why it's jumping around so much. Okay, here we go. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, look at the beautiful cavity. I thought that would probably be the case. So I don't want to pull it up too much because I don't want to have to rewire anything right now, but I'm going to grab you guys here, swing you around. Giant cavity, absolutely think if I get the right scratch plate, I should be able to fit in some humbuckers in there without any trouble at all. I'll have a word with my friends who know about these things, but I think that should be fine. So I'm just gonna try and give it a very gentle blow in the old, there's the camera, in the old-fashioned just blow on it kind of way, and then screw everything back up, put the strings back on, and we'll see how she sounds. Let's crack on. Okay, quite hard to clean, so it turns out I'm probably going to need to get some proper cleaner, you know, stuff to sort out that, so that'll be a job. I might actually try and get this off. This is so disgusting, so I'm going to do that as well, and then I will actually screw everything back up and try and get her working again. As I say, very simple today. Definitely I'm going to look to get some locking tuners, I think, next, but it might be humbuckers and pots and stuff might be required if I can't get them, because as I say, it's buzzing quite a lot. So this is so disgusting. Wow. Anyway, I just want to give it a cursory clean so it's not quite so disgusting, because the plan, as I say, is to get another scratch plate, which I think is going to be quite cheap. So I might try and get one of those soon as well. Oh God, it's so disgusting. I'm sorry, everyone who's watching this. You probably can't see quite how disgusting it is on this one, but you might be able to see this one. Hopefully not. Anyway, let me screw it back up, and let's crack a jack on. So yeah, obviously I'm just screwing everything back on. I have to say, this is definitely a guitar that does need a good clean. You can see on the bottom of the neck there just how much it does need a new clean. A new clean, you know what I mean. But that's something I will do obviously in the future. Here I am just popping all the strings back on. I probably didn't take as much care as I should have done with putting these strings back on. I wouldn't recommend doing this, but because I knew I was going to do some more mods on it, it's, you know, relatively soon, I just thought I'll leave the same strings on and just deal with it that way. I've actually already ordered myself a pot as well, so yeah. Oh, and there I am remembering I have a string winder. Yeah, sped the process up loads, so definitely use a string winder whenever you're restringing, if you have one anyway. So here I am just fine-tuning the tuning, just going back to standard, I think, at this point. Obviously, my plan for this guitar will probably be to be in some drop tunings and mess around with that. I might even have to get thicker strings put on and reset the guitar up. In fact, I would almost certainly have to do that if I wanted to go into the lower tunings. But again, that is something I will deal with at a later date. As I say, here I am just getting the tuning sorted. That one needed quite a lot of tightening there. Yeah. It's quite weird looking at yourself in this angle. Anyway, I'm nearly done. Okay, bad news. It seems that the slight clean that I did on the pots did not do really anything. I haven't put that knob back on properly. Anyway, yeah, so it's still buzzy. Let me turn the volume up. Oh dear. You can hear that? This seems to be working fine. It tuned up really nicely. Yeah, so hopefully this bit will be good. Sadly, as I say, the pots are not good. I think it's going to take a more serious cleaning, and it might even take new pots. But anyway, thank you for watching this. I'm going to turn my amp off before it makes too much noise. Thanks for watching this first in the series. As I say, I think I probably will go for some locking tuners next, but now that I know that the pots are quite bad, God, this is so much lighter than a Les Paul, I might actually do that bit. I might have to think about doing that bit next, but I wanted to put that off a bit because A, I haven't decided what pickups I want, but B, it's also a lot more work than just changing the tuners. So anyway, the plan is probably to change the tuners next, probably for some locking tuners, because I don't have any with locking tuners, and I've never had a guitar with locking tuners. So if you have any locking tuner recommendations, let me know down below. If you have any other mods you'd like to see me do, as I say, my plan is probably going to be to put a humbucker in here. So I might also get a scratch plate, which is an H configuration, which is probably what I'd want, and get that sorted as well, because that's very cheap. Yeah, and then go from there. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I know the video's been a bit of a different one from usual. Be back to more normal Oasis and other stuff soon, and I'll see you guys again soon for some more cool guitar moddy stuff.